What up? Welcome to Cool Kid TCG. Here we have a matchup of Purple Luffy versus Blue Doflamingo. This is my good friend Adrian37. This is the championship for the day at Tabletop Tavern. He's a menace on Blue Dofi. This is a player who's gotten, I believe, top 32 in Nationals. So Dofi's his chosen deck. He's got a sick Hello Kitty custom Dofi leader. I believe in the past they had Nell Pom Pom Purin on the stream, so I'll for sure tag them in the description this time. I think we're going second. We lose the dice roll. I decided to keep this hand. The main reason I decided to keep it, Zoro Juro. We could Surge. We have a Kid blocker, and I like the Sanji. I like the idea of the Sanji. I kind of wanted to see. I like the idea even more now that I see the Teach. Teach is a really strong card in his deck that allows him to cheat out or put the card that's on the top. So he cheats out a Weevil here. And he's going to swing 7 into life. And we're going to have to take. Now, this is where maybe I should have molded my hand. Maybe it would have been better. We give him the 2K, 1K to have a Nico Robin blocker to open. We only run 2 in the deck. So, chances of getting one not great. But we're at 5 Dawn. We could swing 6 in Zoro Juro. But I decided to, let's go with the plan. Swing 5, he takes, and then establish the Kid blocker. He can't get rid of the Kid blocker right now because he can bounce a 4 cost with like the Law, but he can't really get rid of a 5 cost until his 6th on turn when he can play Jozu and bounce it back to my hand. But his board currently is a Sengoku Searcher, a Teach, and a Weevil. He's at 5 Dawn. So he can set up plays with the Teach. The Teach is a very troublesome card. I have no really good way of removing it. He swings 6 into life. We give him the 2K. Our hand's starting to get depleted. We've given him a couple 2Ks already. But at the same time, we kind of have to do that in order to prevent the pudding, I guess. He plays Jinbei into Dracula Mihawk and then uses Teach effect to play out a Crocodile. Here's where I'm making a very intriguing play. I'm at 7 Dawn right now. I have 2 methods of I can Luffy Taro into Songoro, which is the default play, the stock play, the really good play. I'm also thinking about establishing the 7 cost rush Luffy. Now, what I could do with that Luffy is I could rest his Teach, swing leader into it, get a Dawn back from the Kid, and swing 8 into the Weevil. That's a play that I'm going to spend a decent amount of time thinking here. The reason that I decide not to do that is because I think, yes, that Teach is troublesome. I hate that the Teach is on board. But let's do it 1 turn later after I've already established the whole body. So, because he's going to swing out his board next turn with the Mihawk and the Jinbei. And maybe I could swing the Luffy Taro and Songoro into those. And then also do this play and maybe wipe his board or at least get close to doing it. That was my thought process. I'm really thinking this through. This is a decision that I think maybe you could point to this decision being one of the turning point of the game, because I've replayed this game 1,000 times in my head, and this is the one decision that I think that maybe I should have gone the other way. But I Luffy Taro into Zoro Juro. The reason I Zoro Juro, I'm not sure why. I wanted to grab a 2K. I wanted to search, I believe. That was the idea. And we're going to get the Dawn back, and we're going to swing 6 into the Crocodile, so we clear the Crocodile. I could have played the Songoro, but at that point, I was kind of also thinking he might Grav Blade. So I go with this method, also search and grab a 2K. Let's get some value. His board's full. He's at 7 Dawn. He swings 6 into life. We give him the 2K we just picked up. He plays the Jozu, returns the Weevil, and he bounces the Kid back to our hand. Now he's going to swing 5s out. We can swing 5 and then give him two 1Ks for that. Now he's going to do leader effect because of the Teach, and he's able to play out a Weevil, and he passes. So we're at 2 life. We're at 9 Dawn, I believe. And this is where we're going to play the Sanji. We don't have a 9-mom. That would be ideal. We swing 8 into the Weevil. He gives it to us. We're thinking about how to divide the Dawn. We're going to swing into his board. We want to clear that Mihawk, so we're going to swing 7 into the Mihawk. He gives it to us. And we're going to tap 7. We're going to return a Dawn. We're going to rest the Teach. We're going to swing 5 into the Teach. And then we're going to swing 7 into the Jinbei. So his board is pretty much done, except for that Jozu, 6-7 Jozu. It's still a strong card we need to be careful about. We have two Gum Gum Giants in hand and 2 1Ks, I believe. It would be really nice to draw a Big Mom or play a Big Mom. That's kind of the deciding point how we can win this game is Big Moms. But we're currently at 8 Dawn. If we Gum Gum Giant, we're going to go down to 6. So we can't Big Mom unless we ramp. So just keep that in mind. He plays Jinbei into Boa. Fills his board again. I believe this is his 3rd Jinbei. Able to establish the Boa blocker. The Boa blocker allows him to look at the top 3, arrange them in any order, put him on top or bottom. He's thinking out his place. He's going to put it back on top. And gives 1 rested Dawn as well from the Boa. He has 4 Dawn standing, so he needs to give 1 to leader and then also tap 1 to do leader effect, which he's going to do right now. And he'd still have 2 standing. He taps the 1, plays the rested Boa, gets to look at top 3, so only 1 new card this time. He's going to end up giving an extra Dawn to Dofi. So now it's a 9 swing. We don't have much options in terms of counter. He's going into life. We don't have options if we want to counter unless we Gum Gum Giant, and then we also draw a brick off of life. He's going to swing 9 now. We could Gum Gum Giant. We draw the Big Mom off of life. We are going to Gum Gum Giant, pitch the 1, return 2. Want to stay at 1 life. Draw the 1, 2, and we're going to give him the Bond Clay to get to 10. But the problem here is now we are at 8 Dawn because we Gum Gum Gianted. We can't play the Big Mom would be great to play. But in order to do that, we'd have to ramp and take our life. Yes, we would heal 1 back. But we're not going to be able to clear his board. And he's going to have multiple swings, and we won't have any Dawn standing for Gum Gum Giant. Our best course of action here is we need to clear a board and use the Dawn to get rid of the Jozu and the Boa. And kind of go from there. We have a Gum Gum Giant. We have a Lost Searcher as well. We swing 9 into the Jozu. 2 above it. He has 4 cards in hand, I believe, so we've done a good job of keeping his hand relatively small. He's at 4 life, though. We're able to clear the Jozu. The only other body we can clear is the Boa. We swing 8 into the Boa. And now we're going to tap 1 for the Lost Searcher. Let's look for something to search. We're going to grab the Nami blocker, which we can play because we're at 8 Dawn, and we can get its effect. We can cycle a little bit. So we have, looking at the way our Dawn is situated, we have 4 for the Nami and 1 for the Gum Gum Giant. So we're just going to swing our board out, 6 into life, he takes, and then 5 into life as well, which he gives us a 1K. Now we tap the 4, we play the Nami blocker, we pitch the Luffy Taro, which we're not going to need anymore. And we draw into a second Gum Gum Giant. So we have 2 Gum Gum Giants. We've already used 1. We have 2 in hand. We can only use 1 this turn. We are in a bit of a rough spot because he has 3 swings. And we do have a blocker. So as long as he doesn't play the bounce law, we should be able to use the Nami blocker. I'm planning on using the Nami blocker probably as soon as possible because I don't want him to play that law, that bounce law. If he had it in hand, I believe he would have already played it probably and bounced it back. Maybe not, but he's counting his Dawn out. He's also at 2 life, I believe. Maybe he's at 3. Oh yeah, he's at 3 life, excuse me. But yeah, he's got a blocker Boa, he's got the Jinbei, and he's got lead. He's going to swing 8 into life, and he plays the law. returns the Sengoku. He bounces the Nami. So just unlucky on our spot. I think he did know that, but the fact that he sequenced that, I mean, he had to have seen that ahead of time that we were going to play a blocker like that. I guess he could have returned the Zoro Juro. So still strong play, but unfortunate for us that we don't get to use the blocker. He swings 8 into life. Here's where I make a huge mistake. I'm thinking to myself, if I take this, he puts all his Dawn on, because I don't want to give it the Big Mom in case I should have just given it Big Mom. But if he puts all his Dawn and swings on Boa, I'm going to be able to counter out of both of those swings, of the 5k Jinbei as well as the, what I believe will be 12 Boa. So I think I'll take this. Where I make a mistake is he doesn't have to put all his Dawn on Boa. He's going to put, he can arrange it in different ways, and I can't split my one Gum Gum Giant up that way. So this is a mistake on my part. We're not going to get punished for it, though. Spoiler alert. So we take, and this is where I'm thinking he's going to put all Dawn and swing for game on Boa, or something along those lines. But he swings 7, and now I'm thinking, oh shoot, did I mess this up? Because I can give him, I don't have any 2Ks. I can give him, we got a third Gum Gum Giant off of life, by the way. I can give him 3 1Ks and counter out of this. But then he's going to swing 10 at me, and I'm going to have to rely on whatever I get from the Gum Gum Giant. I'm going to need 2K total of counter from the Gum Gum Giant, which is not great. I kind of put myself in a situation where I should have countered out of that initial Dofi swing. But I don't. So I give him the 3 1Ks. Now he's thinking about what to do. He's going to put the remaining 4 Dawn on Boa and swing 10 for game. Yeah, he's really thinking it through, and he thinks it through. He goes, let's do it. So we start the Gum Gum Giant, pitch the Big Mom, return 2, draw 2, and we draw 2K right off the top, so we're able to give him the 2K. We survive that turn. We do kind of have a chance to push for game. We're at 8 Dawn. He's got, I believe, 6 cards in hand. So we can push for game, but we have to be kind of careful about it, because either that, we have an opportunity to clear his board, but we don't really have any blockers. And even if we could block her up, he could play the Law, or he could play maybe a Gravity Blade or something along those lines. We just have to be careful about this, especially with 8 Dawn. We're going to start with a 7K swing. Yeah, we start with the 7K swing, and he's really thinking this through. We have to hit life 3 times, and then hit him a 4th time. So we have to have 4 hits go through. We do technically have 5 swings if you want to count the Law. We could also play the Rush Sanji. I don't think that's the most Dawn efficient way to do it, though. We cannot ramp an extra Dawn for life. He gives us 3 1Ks. That's kind of surprising. At this point, I completely pivot. I'm like, let's clear his board. I swing. I don't have any blockers, but I need to ensure his entire board dies. I swing 7 into the Jinbei, or to the Law. He has 2 cards in hand, I believe. I need to make sure everything dies, but I don't have anything I can really play. It's 2Ks, and I want to keep all the cards in hand for counter. Plus, I need them for Gum Gum Giant fodder to discard. We're going to swing 9 into the Boa. I just really want to make sure that everything dies. And I'm going to swing into... Maybe I should have... Again, it was overkill. Maybe I should have kept 3 Dawn up and swung 3 on the Law for life. Just to poke him. Because I did go super overkill on those swings. But again, I wanted to play it safe. Maybe that was... I mean, he had 2 cards in hand. I needed to make sure everything died. That was the thing. I needed to make sure everything died, because there's 0 chance I survive if he has 1 extra swing. But now he swings 15 for life, and we have 2 Gum Gum Giants. I say, hey, let's do it, brother. Let's ride it out. Let's see what happens. We turn the 2 Dawn for Gum Gum Giant. Draw 2. A brick and a 1K, not the most ideal. We're going to have to do it again. We need to get up to 11. So now we've gotten up to 8 with both of these. We pitch the brick. 1, 2. And we need a 2K and a 1K, which is exactly how much counter we have in hand. We're just making sure, hey, we need to get 2K, 1K. Boom, there it is. I get to it. I survive a turn. I'm going to have a chance to go for game here. This is exciting. The only problem is I've returned a lot of Dawn with those Gum Gum Giants. I needed to in order to survive. But I'm at 6 Dawn here, so I can't make like a super strong, hard push for it. I have to hit his life twice, I believe. No, 3 times still. We start off with a 7 life he takes. I'm thinking about the best way to do this. I don't have any counter in hand or anything helpful in hand. I have a Zoro Juro, but I can't search for a Gum Gum Giant because I played all 4 in this game. I could search, I guess, for a Nico Robin blocker, but I don't really trust that with the amount of removal he has in his hand. So we're going to poke him with 7. He's going to take. He has 1 life left, and we have 2 strong swings. I'm thinking about the best way to do this. I could swing 8-10, but at his side, like, the 8's too low. He's got 4 cards in hand now. I want to swing 9-9 for game. Maybe I should swing 8-10, but I swing 9, and he has exactly 10k counter. He's got it. Really rough. Just really rough to lose that way. But this is exciting. I mean, I was super excited to play this game because I'm playing a super strong opponent who wins a lot, who's gotten to the top, who's gotten to regionals, or excuse me, nationals very high. And this is the player you want to play in the championship. I want to be able to beat players in the championship. That's fun when you get to play, like, it's like Kashimo, like, turn up the volume, brother. Let's do this. So I was excited to play in this game. It didn't go our way. 1K short, crazy game. Yes, we got lucky with the 4 Gum Gum Giants, but that's just the way it goes. Unfortunate again at the end, but again, that's how it goes. Credit to my opponent. Super strong player, super cool guy. Adrian 37. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. There might have been this is a game I would be very curious to analyze a lot more. I feel like there was a bunch of micro decisions along the way that could definitely be changed. The one that comes to mind is playing the Sanji over the Luffy Taro Sangoro. I would have liked to have seen the alternate universe where how that plays out. But at the same time, you know, it's kind of hard to nitpick that decision 100% because the Luffy Taro Sangoro is really strong. But that's one that I think is kind of like a turning point in the game, or maybe just a decision point in the game that I would love some feedback on. Any other decision points, for sure, let me know in the comments. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.